Speaking of, shares of Nvidia are jumping this morning. This after its CEO Jensen Huang spoke in Riyadh at the Saudi Investment Forum. He gave some possible clues about a change in export restriction policy that's a key for Nvidia. And Kristina Partsinevelos is here to give us some details. Kristina.
Thank you, David. Well, in a surprising shift, also, Jensen Huang ditched his iconic leather jacket for a suit also in Riyadh today as he unveiled Nvidia's partnership, like you mentioned, with Saudi Arabia, specifically to build a massive 500 megawatt data center with Humane, which is the kingdom's new AI venture. The real show of software, though, from Nvidia's CEO was that he was directly referring to Blackwell chips on stage. Listen in.
But this is two Blackwells, and it's 2,500 watts, 2,500 out of the 500 gigawatts of computing infrastructure that's going to be built.
To see those chips on stage because those are Nvidia's most advanced chips. Saudi Arabia can now secure access to technology which was previously restricted in the region, and also really marks a significant policy change from Washington. So until now, companies like Nvidia, AMD needed special U.S. licenses to export advanced semiconductors as well as semiconductor equipment to many countries in the Middle East, including Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates. And that was largely due to concerns over the Middle East's close ties with Beijing. Saudi Arabia, keep in mind, largest trading partner is China. But as Saudi Arabia pushes towards its Vision 2030, what it calls, which has a goal of having AI contribute 12% to its GDP just in the next several years, this partnership with Nvidia could be transformative. Why? Because Nvidia will be able to access new markets across the Middle East, signaling a new chapter in both U.S. export policy as well as the global AI infrastructure race. And a press release was just put out now from Nvidia, and they say that they're going to be deploying hundreds of thousands of GPUs in Saudi Arabia, especially over the next 5 years, about 18,000 specifically of the Blackwell GB300 in the next 5 years, guys.
So, Kristina, this is enlarging the pool of buyers, of approved buyers for NVIDIA for the highest capability processors, I guess. Are we no longer at a point where everyone's being rationed and there's kind of supply issues here? In other words, NVIDIA can sort of service this open-ended demand?
I think this would fall in line with President Trump's original task of making a country-by-country negotiation. Remember, this week was supposed to be the AI diffusion rules on May 15th, which would have put all of these countries in tiers, and they would have been restricted on the number of chips they could receive from, let's say, the likes of NVIDIA. Now, having this announcement, it shows that President Trump is moving ahead with his individual country-by-country deals. So going forward, we'll probably hear an announcement with the UAE being the next one. The New York Times put out a report yesterday about the certain AI company in the Emirates that did receive some NVIDIA chips. So we'll see how this progresses going forward with individual countries as opposed to just a blanket rule from the U.S. government.
And Kristina, in terms of the de-escalation in the trade war with China, but still was the ban on the H-20s, the $5.5 billion write-down NVIDIA took as a result. Do we have any expectation of what they're going to be able to sell into that market?
The expectation is that there will be another chip. It's not necessarily a workaround. It's just every time NVIDIA has to come out with a new chip that falls under the threshold. They've done so over the last several years, and they will continue to do so going forward. So the assumption is maybe it'll be the H-20 that'll be just revamped a little bit so it falls underneath the threshold. There are two camps of people that are there, argue that this is NVIDIA going underneath the threshold each time, really seeking out profits and still maintaining that relationship with China. Or there's the other flip side where people are saying, here, NVIDIA's caught in the middle, a negotiation tactic or chip, I should say, between President Trump and all of these countries when really they just want to put forth their product. And Jensen Huang has said previously that China is not far behind at all. So really, is it helping by blocking complete ties with the country when they are already making advancements on their own soil?
Yeah, he obviously has been vocal on that point. Kristina, thank you.
Thank you.